Hey everybody, Greg Rice here in the Bucket, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And I got good news for you. If you're an investor out there that's been longing to purchase an investment property, those days are coming back. I feel it, I know it, and I'm big on examples. I'm going to give you an example. 210 North Main Street. Throw it in your Googlage and check it out. It's in Woonsocket. $250,000. I got this under agreement for. It's a 4-unit mixed use, which I'm not a huge fan of, but again, for $4 for $250, I'll take it. And I went to the showing and I figured, you know what, this will probably be a gut job. It's probably got no walls. It's, tenants are pigs and disgusting. And I got there and I was like, all 4 units are occupied. The commercial unit has been fully renovated. The landscape is in great condition. The property was painted. The roof's in great condition. I'm like, are we at the right house? Should we be next door? No, we're at the right house, Greg. So that just made me feel excited again. Because for the last 2 to 3 years, people have been paying $100K plus per unit. Crazy numbers. And I feel bad because that's not going to last. Those properties are going to be all short sales in the next 2 years because you just can't manage and sustain that level for extended periods of time. You can get it to the closing line, the finish, right? I bought it, I'm good. But once a year goes by and you have a vacancy, a turnover, an eviction, these properties, people are going to go underwater. So those will be back on the market at a reduced cost, but that's years down the road. But now, people that are listing properties for sale can't get those numbers anymore. And they can't get it because, number one, interest rates are higher. So the buyer pool has shrunk tremendously, right? When money was 2 or 3%, everybody's a buyer. And when that happens, prices go up because we're all competing to get the same thing. But now that interest rates are almost double, right? A little bit more than double than what they were for COVID, buyers are like, you know what? I'm all set. Which to me is kind of foolish because I don't care if the interest rate's 3 or 8%. I just figure out how to make that pie, right? My monthly pie work. You got your mortgage, your insurance, your taxes, utilities, management fees, maintenance costs, vacancy, eviction, whatever reserve, whatever that pie is. If your interest rate is just a bigger piece of the pie, you just got to find other pieces to shave. Cut some of that pie up. But it's one big circle. So for people to say, oh, the interest rate 6%, I'm not buying that. I'm going to buy cryptocurrency. Bye. Have fun, bro. Let me know how you make out. It's just another function of your monthly expense. So my point here is just don't get intimidated and fixated on that interest rate. Get fixated on what your monthly cash flow is going to be, what the rents are, and will they sustain that monthly pie that you've created. And we can help you with that. We have a nice calculator. It's called our Invest Calculator, NVEST. And AJ will put a link up here in the video so you can check that out. But anyways, back to the story here. Interest rates are going up, so buyers are out of the way. So now sellers are coming on and they're almost tiptoeing to the market. Like, oh, I'll post it here. We'll see if it sells type of deal. Like, I don't need to sell it, but if it does, I'll take it. When before it was just mass lighter fluid, like sell, sell, sell. And people buy. So now it's going to be a little bit more healthy, I guess you could say. A little bit less competitive. It's not a deep crash. That's not happening. It's just we reached the top of the roller coaster, right? When you hear the tick, 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 tick. And now the ticks are over. We're just starting to cruise down. So we're right there. Right at the top of that. And I don't know if it's going to go like this. I don't feel so. Or if it's going to be more of a gradual coast. Who knows? Maybe it goes back up. Maybe it goes back down. Up. I don't know. But right here is where we are, in my opinion. So this property made me realize that. And this is just one anecdotal story, if you will. But it's one story that just happened. So if you're out there and you're discouraged right now, I want you to feel like, okay, let's start to get back in the mindset. Let's start to get excited again, and let's start to get vigilant about what we're going to do for our financial freedom, right? You can't sit there forever and just wait for the right time. You got to jump in. You got to just do it. You can't just sit there forever and say, oh, I'm going to wait 10 years until I get 2 for a nickel. It's like, no, just buy it. Figure it out and buy it. Nick, he always says, acquire the asset, figure it out later. Very sound advice, Nick. It's reckless, but it's the answer. It's the answer. You figure it out, obviously within reason. You're not going to spend $1 million for 2 units, but if you feel like it's close enough and you could jimmy it, get some elbow grease in there, do some of the work yourself, jump in. Because you're going to benefit somehow, whether it's tax deductions, equity that you get, the monthly cash flow you can now rely upon, something for your children's future, retirement. There's something that you can extract from any situation with real estate. Any situation will have something of value, as opposed to keeping that in a checking account where there's literally no value, or keeping it in your failing 401ks. I mean, mine's negative 1%, my 401k. It's tanked. It's absolutely tanked during this administration. And not anything political, just saying that since 2 years ago, it was up 30 some odd percent. Now it's back to literally, I got $1 for every dollar that I've put in. When the goal of retirement accounts is to grow 7-8% per year. So in 20, 30 years, you've tripled your money, right? But right now, I'm going on year 6, flatlining. So you want to wait for that? I don't. I mean, I do it just as another diversification, if you will. But get in the real estate game. It's starting to look up. Everybody's kind of asleep at the wheel, you could say, because they've been so mystified and caught up in that last 2-3 years of the COVID swing that now it's almost like people are so busy, they're out and about, it's quieter over here. There's not a rush on real estate anymore because people are so active. So capitalize on that, take advantage of that. And if you have any feedback, any questions, let me know. Once again, Greg Rice here in the bucket with good news. Your property managed.